It's time for Around the Ozarks Wake Up Weather, brought to you by Command Family Medicine, Heating and Air Paramedics, The Trailer Ranch, Hewitt Messenger, and Taylor Grubaugh Chevrolet. Here's your host, meteorologist Abby Dyer.
Good morning, everybody. Conditions across the Ozarks this morning are kind of damp. We have temperatures, though, that are starting out above the freezing point. We're in the upper 30s, and we will warm above average today. In fact, I have upper 50s and mainly dry conditions through the middle of the afternoon. Some lingering showers out there this morning. Those will taper off, and then we're going to be left with mainly dry skies through the middle of the day. More rain, though, on the way, and that will be a theme of our week as we head into the new work week here across the Ozarks. So let's dive in this morning, shall we? The headline is that it's a rainy week in the Ozarks. We have some chance for rain pretty much every single day, and moderate to heavy showers are going to be possible at times. This morning, the weather setup is such that there's a stationary boundary draped across the southern part of our counties in Arkansas, and we are likely going to see some persistent rain showers associated with this. Now, on the north side, there's actually winter weather, and there was some wintry mix reported late yesterday evening up in portions of central Missouri, even up toward Lake of the Ozarks. There were some reports of very light sleet and snowflakes mixing in before that changed over into snowfall. For some, it is a soggy start because of the rain that came through last night, but more is on the way and even more later today. March, it's off to a very active start. It's hard to believe it's the month of March now, but temperatures would indicate that we're starting to warm up. You know, the sun's staying up a little bit longer. We're starting to see those averages come back. This week, even though we have many rain chances in the forecast, I do think temperatures stay above average, and this will lead to very active weather for the beginning of the new month. Today, we're talking about high temperatures, a range depending on who has the rainfall today, but I think in Springfield, we're looking at a high temp right around 58 degrees. It will be very warm overnight tonight with lows falling back into the 40s and 50s. And then we've got high temperatures that could make it into the upper 70s on Tuesday. It looks very mild in the Ozarks, some very warm air for highs and lows, and shower chances look really good every single day, especially as we head closer to the end part of the week. On Thursday, a high chance for rain in the Ozarks again. Multiple of these rounds of rain that come through too are going to carry this potential for heavy rain in the forecast. And there's some thunderstorm activity in my 7-day forecast as well. In fact, some severe weather looks possible as we look at the end of the work week. With this above normal pattern, we have to start talking about that switch to a springtime pattern, and that's exactly what we're seeing in some of the weather models this week. It does appear that severe weather is possible this week on Friday, so it's going to be important to monitor this forecast. Right now, it looks like the Ozarks will be in the impact zone from this. There is a probability of severe weather for us to see some of that in the Ozarks. The key message at this point on a Monday is that the atmosphere will be conducive for thunderstorms and potential severe weather. So just kind of know that in the back of your mind. If you have something going on Friday, you're going to want to check back on this forecast through the week, because the exact track and timing of the system will come into a clearer picture, as well as what impacts we could see and how much moisture could return with these storms. So monitor the forecast. As it gets closer, you can consider making alternative plans for outdoor activities, but I'll be sure to keep you posted on that chance for severe weather for Friday every single day this week. We also have additional rounds of rain even through next weekend. So not only is the first week of March active, the second week looks just as, if not more so, active as well. Very little change in the weather pattern is expected with additional rounds of rain. As I mentioned, the severe potential on Friday, but it looks like raining next weekend too. And this is the rain on top of what's already accumulated from the week. We'll have to start looking for flooding concerns by the weekend, and the potential for thunderstorms may be strong to severe again. So heads up. We're going from drought to too much water, which oftentimes happens to us here in the Ozarks in the spring months. So that's what I'll be looking for here in the first 2 weeks of the month. Around the country, we do have some big headlines this morning in the weather department. There's Arctic air and winter weather for the northern tier of the country. We also have warmer air making national news headlines. That's down in the Southwest and much of the Southern Plains. We've also got unsettled weather in the Pacific Northwest as well as the Rockies. That's occurring today and will taper off as it moves into the plains, eventually bringing more rain to our region as we head closer to the middle of the week. All right, it's time for that Around the Ozarks Wake Up Weather Brain Twister trivia question for the day. And what did I leave you with last week? It was this. What was the first item intentionally left on the moon by humans that wasn't trash or scientific equipment? Do you think it was A, family photo, B, a golf ball, C, a feather, or D, a Bible? Do you know? It is actually a family photo. On April 20th of 1972, Apollo 16 astronaut Charles Duke took his first steps on the moon. He was 36 at the time and the youngest human in history to ever walk on that lunar surface. But that is not his only achievement that lives in American history. While he was on the moon, he snapped a photo of a family portrait of him, his two sons, and his wife, which remain on the moon to this day. On the back of the photo, he wrote, "This is the family of astronaut Charlie Duke from planet Earth, who landed on the moon on April 20th, 1972. So congrats if a family photo was your guess. Here's the next trivia question for you. What popular snack food was originally created as a sarcasm response to a customer complaining about potato chips being too thick? Do you think it was A, pretzels, B, Saratoga chips, which is a form of potato chip, C, popcorn, or D, nachos? Which one? Originally sarcasm, but still lives on today. Let me know if you have a guess. You can do that at the website. It's aroundtheozarks.com. Thanks so much for listening and starting your week here at Around the Ozarks Wake Up Weather. I've got a lot coming for you this week in the way of rainfall and severe weather. I'll be here every morning to keep you posted. So I look forward to chatting with you again tomorrow. Thanks to our sponsors, Command Family Medicine, Heating and Air Paramedics, the Trailer Ranch, Hewitt Messenger, and Taylor Grubaugh Chevrolet. Have a great one, everybody. We'll chat again tomorrow.